Denmark, Teresa Scavenius.
Thank you. I will speak against using the confiscated assets because it may escalate the war and it may be seen as a provocation, but first of all, it may also undermine the global institutional order we are actually fighting for and which we are mostly needed. And I'm also afraid that we are starting a permanent state of war with Russia, where it's not easy to come, where there's no peace we can expect. The whole rhetoric and the political attitude will leave no room for a future with peace. I think it's a really dangerous strategy because we know Russia will not be won by weapons. We can build stronger ammunition forces, we can speak the language of war, but Europe will need to have a peaceful collaboration with Russia after the war. So what do we need to do? I would really encourage everybody to have a stronger diplomatic attitude, rhetoric and response. There has already been people talking for negotiation tables. We need to find political solution and request that we are not undermining the whole situation or the institutional network we are building upon. We see it also in the Arctic Council, for example, where they try to maintain collaboration to some extent in order to prepare for an after-war situation. If Russia is isolated, excluded from everything, and if we start using confiscated assets, it will get even worse to have or to win the war, as it was said before. So I think we should think in the after-war logic and see Europe as a way of requesting that.
Thank you. Next is Rihards Kols from Latvia. Rihards, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chair. First, I need to respond to our Denmark colleague. I know very well the Chair, Mr. Jensen, who is for obvious reasons, I guess, is not present here. Therefore, this lady is being appointed as the head of the delegation. And just to be clear, we do not represent firsthand our political parties, but our countries. And I know for sure Denmark is a rock-solid supporter of Ukraine. And what was said by the head of the delegation from Denmark, that's a disgrace, absolutely, and it doesn't fit Denmark's. I'm no Danish, but I know what is Denmark's position on that, and it doesn't correspond with what the lady said. What I wanted to actually raise here is one thing that we do manage at the EU level, provide support to Ukraine. Now it's really to deliver on ammunition, weapons. But one thing that we could do here is actually exchange the best practices that we are doing. For example, Latvia, we just recently seized the Moscow house, the Moscow property. I call all the EU member states to do the same. I just looked up in the center of Brussels, there's a huge mansion that is Moscow House, that should be seized, sold, auctioned, and the finances being given to Ukraine, that Ukraine could purchase weapons. Then the second one, we have the AML, where we seize the criminally gained funds. That money should not be put in our central budgets, but be given directly to Ukraine, so they have the means to buy the weapons, what they need right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.